Hi. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited to be doing this live right now. I've been waiting literally for many weeks, a couple of months, to let you in on what I've been working on. I feel like I've been a little bit radio silent um, and judging by the state of the world right now, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of tough stuff that people are dealing with right now. In the United States, we've got the crazy election stuff that's going on still. Even though the elections are over, there's still drama around the elections. We've got the COVID situation. My wife goes back to work this week as an ICU nurse, and I'm really nervous about that. And there's just a lot of things going on in the world right now that are causing people stress. Homeschool, that's another big one. All these families are working from home and they got their kids at home and they're trying to keep everybody safe without going stir crazy, and everybody's on the internet eating up the bandwidth of the Wi-Fi, and it's just hard. There's so much hard stuff going on right now. And I've been watching this pressure build for a lot of families over the last couple of months. And I decided I want to do something about it. I've been getting emails from people saying, Nate, we are arguing way more than we regularly do. Or Nate, we are getting so burned out. We haven't had time together in such a long time. They're saying stuff like, I'm stressed out. I'm lonely. Let me get a drink of water here because my throat is scratchy. The spark is fading in our marriage. That's something that's important to pay attention to. You married the person that you fell in love with for a reason. And if you don't pay attention to that spark that you originally had, it can fizzle out and you can start feeling detached and lonely in your marriage. Nobody wants to feel lonely in their marriage. Maybe you stopped kissing lately because you're just so stressed out. You haven't connected physically. Or maybe you're having sex, but the sex feels boring and redundant. And all of these things are real threats to your marriage. There are real things that happen to real people, to most of us. And actually, I noticed it was happening to me as well. This is what really gave me the warning sign is I was getting these emails from people saying, hey, our marriage is really struggling right now with the lockdown, or our marriage is struggling with homeschooling, or our marriage, like there's just a lot of stress in the world. What do I do? And I started to realize that my marriage was starting to slip. I have my wife was pregnant for the first half of the year. And we kind of stopped doing fun stuff. We stopped going on date nights because we couldn't really get out of the house very much. And we were spending most evenings in our pajamas watching Netflix and not much else. And it was getting kind of boring. And I had this moment where I realized, oh my gosh, like I do marriage for a living. This is my full-time gig. I try and help people have awesome marriages, and my marriage is slipping. And if my marriage right now is drifting off into what I would call roommate syndrome, where you feel more like roommates than lovers, then there's probably tons of other people who are in this space as well. So I decided that I was going to fix my own problem and hopefully fix a problem that you have dealt with, are dealing with, or will deal with in the past. And that problem is roommate syndrome. And here's what I did. So I reached out to about 30 of my favorite marriage experts in the entire world. We're talking New York Times bestsellers. We're talking researchers, therapists, coaches, podcasters, people who live and breathe relationships and marriage. And I presented them with a question. And the question was, let's say you wake up one morning and realize, oh no, my marriage has slipped into roommate syndrome. What would you do, relationship expert, over the next 30 days to get your marriage out of roommate syndrome and fortify it so that roommate syndrome was never a threat again? So you never came back to this place. And then I went out and I interviewed all 30 of these experts and got their 30-day plan. I got the principles, like learned what causes roommate syndrome, why it's dangerous, and then I got their plan. What would you do to get your own marriage out of this scary and unfortunate place? I think a lot of people think that that's just what happens to marriage, is you get to roommate syndrome and then you just live out life, and that is not true. And so I am stoked to tell you and share with you this. It's kind of like an online event that I'm putting on. You can register right now at areweroommates.com. Let me put that on the screen. So it's a free event that you can attend. And it starts on December 8th and goes to the 11th. And every day I'm showing a chunk of interviews for free. and you can go in and get the tips, and you can get the plans of all of these experts that I interviewed absolutely for free, so that you can make sure that your marriage never slips into roommate syndrome. I'm really, really excited about it. Nothing else like this exists on the planet that I have seen. And I learned so much doing these interviews that it changed my life. And so my hope is that if roommate syndrome is something that you never want to be a part of your marriage, or if you're there now and you're like, man, we got to get out, otherwise we're headed down an ugly path that we do not want to go down, I want to invite you to just go to areweroommates.com, type in your email address and name, and I will send you information about when this event starts. Really excited about it. Very, very excited about Are We Roommates. I think it's going to change a lot of marriages, and I think it will. If you show up, I guarantee you will learn something that will make your marriage stronger and better. Now, I said when I was launching this in the description and everything, that I was going to give you an opportunity to get free dates from me. So many of you don't know this, but I have a past in planning dates. I used to run a date in a box subscription company. So it was my full-time job to plan awesome dates for couples. And I loved it, and I kind of miss it. And so I decided I would go back through my old notes and curate about 24 of my favorite dates. And that includes activities, conversation starters, really cool products, cool treats and snacks that you can have together. And I have basically built out all 24 of those dates and put them in a really cool product that I'm going to offer to you for free. And here's the catch. The only way you can get the free 24 dates, I'll send them every other Monday for 12 months. So you don't have to do any date planning over the next year through 2021, I guess. All you have to do is go sign up for areweroommates.com, the Are We Roommates Summit. And then on the thank you page, there's instructions that will tell you how to share the summit with your friends. And if you share the Are We Roommates Summit with a couple of friends, I will just automatically give you the 24 dates for free. The value of that is it's like hiring me to be your dating concierge. The value of that is I would price it at probably $200 to $300, and I am happy to give it away if you share the love of this event that I've been putting on. So really, really stoked about that. We got some comments coming in. Hello, Tyler. Hello, Josie. The link doesn't work for me. We'll figure that out. Shoot me an email, nate@growthmarriage.com. What if there's a lot of issues in the relationship? Scared this would reinforce that everything is okay. So if there's issues in your relationship, showing up to the summit is going to give you a starting point to start addressing some of those issues. The link for the roommates, yeah, you have to type it in your address bar. So if you want to sign up, you don't click on the link on the screen. You just type areweroommates.com in your browser, and you can, and that's where you sign up. Kathy, I'm excited for this also. I think together, here's my thing. Roommate syndrome is the worst. And I think, if you've ever heard somebody say, oh, we got divorced because we just grew apart. It's like the worst thing in the world to me to hear that, because there are things you can do. It's preventable. There's things that you can do to prevent roommate syndrome from taking over your marriage and sending it down the wrong path. And a lot of people just have never seen what it looks like to have a marriage that doesn't end up in roommate syndrome. A lot of people don't know how to get out of it. And the fact that you're going to have access to the interviews with 30 of the top marriage experts in the world, this literally could be life-changing. This could not only change the trajectory of your life, but of the lives of your children. Think about where you learned to be a partner in marriage. You probably learned it from your parents or the people that you grew up around. And if you can show your children or your neighbors or your nieces and nephews what it looks like to have a healthy, thriving relationship, and what it looks like to do the work to get unstuck if you're stuck right now, and that your marriage goes through ebbs and flows, and if you're in kind of a valley right now and you need to get up to more of a peak, like there's a path, and we're outlining that path for you, and I'm really, really excited about it. So Tyler, you're awesome. I'm excited for this. Dude, I'm excited for this too. My whole goal here is to provide these resources in the most affordable way possible. I know a lot of these experts will charge literally hundreds of dollars for their time, hundreds of dollars. And the fact that you can get 30 expert interviews for absolutely free, like, you should be thanking me because it took so much work, and I really appreciate your thanks. So thanks for the shout out, man. I really hope that you guys sign up, and I really, really hope that you share it with your friends, because that's how you get the 30 free dates. I would love to just take that stress off your plate, that you don't have to plan a date for the next 30 years. All you have to do is wait for an email to drop in your inbox on Monday morning, and then click the links, click order, ask your partner on a date, and then everything just kind of shows up and takes care of itself. And all you have to do is follow the template. So very, very excited about that giveaway. Once again, the way you get the 24 free dates is you sign up for the Are We Roommates Summit. You just go to areweroommates.com, and then you type in your name and email address. And when you get to the thank you page, there should be a little form that you can fill out that will give you a unique trackable link. And you share that link with a couple of friends. And if they sign up for the summit, I'm just going to give you like $300 worth of planned dates, 24 dates, a full year's worth. So I hope you jump on that opportunity. I'm really excited. I'm going to be telling you more about the Are We Roommates Summit coming up, including who is going to be featured and kind of some teasers about some of the stuff we're going to be talking about. It's coming up in just 3 weeks. So make sure that you sign up now while you're thinking about it, because once it's over, it's over. Like, we're going from the 8th to the 11th, and on the 11th, I'm closing it down, and I don't know if or when I will open it back up again. So just make sure, if you're watching now and you're like, oh yeah, this sounds like something I could probably need, or something somebody I know could use, make sure you just sign up now, get that link, share it with your friends, so I can hook you up with a year's worth of free dates. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. I hope you get looking forward to this. And more than anything, I hope that maybe those of you who might be not in the best place right now with your marriages, or people who want to take a good marriage to a great marriage, you're hearing about this and it's giving you some hope and some excitement for the future. I promise you, this thing is packed with amazing, amazing information. And we'll talk to you very, very soon with more details. Thanks for tuning in.